biggest mistake they have made, and the biggest turning around of sentiment, not just sentiment, reality, is that they have to accept that the capital gains tax in India, particularly for foreign investors, is 100% wrong. So the largest investors in the world, worldwide and in India, from foreigners are sovereign funds. That means government of Singapore, ADIA, Canadian, whatever. Second is pension funds. Say Canadian pension fund, ye wo, Norges, ye wo. Third is universities, Harvard, Princeton, all put big money into India. Fourth, all these guys who live in Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Monaco, all high net worth guys. And they don't pay taxes anywhere. And no country, if any of these guys, some of them are based in US also, but when they invest in US market, there is no tax. I live in Singapore, I invest in US, my fund invests in US, no tax. When you invest in India, these foreigners, India takes 20% or 15% tax. And it cannot be recovered. It's just easy to say, oh, you are paying it here, but you can recover it in your home country because you can set it off. There is no tax there. What to do? These guys have no tax in their home country. And they are, whether you like it or not, 60-70% of the money in the world. India maybe 100% out of these 800, some 300-400 will be all these guys only. So when in India you pay tax and in US you don't, UK, by the way there are some 200 countries in the world, 199 of them there is no tax for a foreign investor. So India का वो tax से क्या होता है कि we tell the world Indian market is doing very well. Indian Nifty is up so much, your is up so much, but ours is pre-tax. There is no tax. Secondly, then all foreigners lose money on currency broadly every year. So when we pay tax on the Indian income. And then the dollar rupee comes in. Ye bhi nahi ki you can set off the fact that you lost on rupee dollar. So just to give you some numbers, for the last 7 years, Indian market in rupee terms is up some 12%. That means in dollar terms it is up say 7-8% per annum. But that is pre-tax. You make it post-tax, on that 12% you will have to pay say 2%, 10, so it becomes 5%. US market is 12% per annum. Now the question can be, but the Indian public will feel bad कि भाई you are waiving tax for the foreign investor. So 199 countries don't care, but let us say we care. What is the total tax collection of capital gains in India? Batao ji, without looking at Google. I looked at Google only 3 minutes ago, so it will be the same number. So in 22-23, India got 99,000 crores as capital gains tax, which is $10 billion, let's say $11 billion. But not every year. Peak of the peak year. Is saal mota mati zero, or maybe 10-20,000 crores. Next year 10-20,000 because these losses will be taken to next year. In a 5-year cycle or 7-year cycle, you will have 1 year which is 10 billion, 12 billion. Other years will be 2-3 billion. So over a 5-year period, you will collect maybe $20 billion, which is 3-4 billion a year. Zero kar do, kya ho gaya? What is $3-4 billion? Now look at the positive. If you don't respect the market and you don't respect the FII, because I am saying, okay, आप लोगों को नहीं कर रहा, हमारे FII को तो छोड़ दो, but चलो दोनों को छोड़ दो. But the fact is, they say that FII comes in only to trade, to make money. They don't create jobs. They do create a fund manager jobs, but not other jobs. But the thing is, private equity guy cannot come in if he does not know where the exit is. And the private equity guy, when he sells, mostly because it is foreign private equity, will want dollars. So the FII is effectively assuring the private equity guy that first 7 years you invest, you make whatever you have to. When you are redeeming, when you are selling to realize your profit, I will bring in dollars and you will get those dollars and you can go away. This is all a cycle. ये अलग से आप करो अभी like private equity because he creates jobs, they create technology, but if they don't have an exit, or if their exit needs dollars, they can't sell it all to domestic mutual fund, even if there is money. From every angle, they should do it, and it's not a big deal. The last thing is, the only thing governments have is, oh, we'll be embarrassed. हमने अभी तो tax लगाया, it looks bad. अगर ऐसे लगता है, look at Mr. Trump. Day before he tweeted that President Zelensky is a dictator. Tomorrow that guy is coming to meet him. And today I saw myself in the press conference, they asked him, you said that Zelensky is a dictator. He said, me? Really? Next question. तो हमें भी बेशरम होना चाहिए, इसमें शर्माने की बात नहीं है. If it is wrong, or even if it's not wrong, it is worth $4 or $5 billion. Look at jobs, look at economy, look at new this thing, capital. Then you can sell your PSU divestment. You can do hundreds of things. Otherwise, रोते रहो कि हम 5 साल में recover करेंगे, because we can't be, reversing course on a obvious mistake that has been made.
So what have you bought in